What's going on, good people? Brandmaster Martina, Britt, Yelverton here. And we are live today with your Tuesday, 4/29, April 29, week 5. Let your brand speak for you. I guess wrap up for the month of April. Talking about your experience is enough. So we've had a pretty hectic and heavy April, building with what you already know. However, I need for you to understand that you actually do not need another course or certificate. You actually just need the confidence to build your brand using the value you've already lived through, right? You're not unqualified. You're under position. You're undervalued. So in today's episode, as we move towards kicking off May, I want you to understand a mind shift that does need to happen that will change everything. You've lived enough in your experience. You've experienced enough in your living. It is enough to build a brand that converts. You've already lived through the stories. You've already acquired your own personal results. You already have your own wisdom, and this is what people are looking for. This isn't about proving yourself at this point. Ask me how I know. I'm having to live and learn through that experience myself. This isn't about proving yourself. It's about packaging your journey as the solution that someone else needs. And whether you believe it or not, please, with your belief system on today, believe that someone else needs the value that you have. And it's important that you go ahead and put that information out so you can help someone else move the needle in their business, right? So the key points that we're going to discuss today are that your story isn't your starting point. Wrong. The story is your starting point. Your brand is built from what you've already done. So your story is your starting point, right? You've lived through the experience, and that will create instant trust and relatability with the people who need what it is that you are purposed here to serve them with, right? People follow those who've been there and done that, right? And that are beyond where they are right now. They are beyond it, meaning those people that you are currently following, they're doing what it is that you want to do. Those are the people that you have to pay attention to. That's why we're hosting a webinar on next weekend, and it's called Stop Following Blind Leaders. Pay attention to those four pivotal words. Stop, number one, following, be a leader. Blind, that means they don't have any vision. They don't know where they're going. Stop following blind leaders. Okay. These people are out here perpetrating themselves as leaders, but they're blind. They don't have your vision, your purpose, your intent, your intention in their plan of action. So stop following the blind leaders. Find the people who are where it is that you want to go and follow them. Pay attention to the content. You don't need fancy. You just need real. You just need repeatable, consistent, as I tell you all the time. You just need your valuable experience in your content, right? You've already got the receipts. Now it's time to repurpose them. All right. So, as you guys know, as we built previously in week 1 with what you know, today's truth is that your experience is enough. And you need to stop overthinking and stop owning your own experience. Not from a degree, but from your life, because people don't want another guru. They want someone like you who gets it, and that is you. So be that person. And point number 1, I need to have you guys understand your story is someone else's survival guide. You've been through what someone is currently stuck in. I'll say that louder for the people in the back. You've been through what someone is currently stuck in. Your story carries proof, it carries perspective, it carries the possibilities, and that is what people will pay for. They want to be able to see themselves in your hope. So start with the outcome that you created, even for yourself. So let me help you understand. Nearly 20 years in this game, that is nearly 2 decades in this game, we've been able to go from, as I say a lot of the time, and you guys need to hear the story, from divorce, domestic violence, marriage, miscarriage, the welfare system, eviction times two. We've gone through all of these things to now be nearly 20 years in the branding game, a very proud mother of 4 graduates, 2 of them out in the world in their own careers, one of them with their own entire family. We now are home buyers. You will never hear me say homeowner until we own it, but we are now home buyers without the mindset or without the eviction mindset. We have 2 decades in a business. We are looking at creating a secondary business. We have 2 thriving teens in their own, what do you call them, startup careers, working youth. Okay, you have to start with the outcome that you created. The outcome I created was not having that temporary limiting belief or mindset. That's where you'll want to start so that you can generate what you need to generate, whether it's your purpose, your income goals, your lifestyle goals, your travel goals, whatever those goals are, right? That is where at the point from which you will start. And then you could backtrack or reverse engineer, as Eric Thomas says. You can reverse engineer for other people how they can get there. Point number 2, experience is stronger than theory, right? Don't discredit what you know because it doesn't come from a classroom. Ask me how I know. A remaining $27,000 in student loan debt because people kept asking me, did I go to school back in 2002 for what it is that I did? Did you go to school for that? Well, we decided to go to school for that, and we landed upon this amazing and beautiful, let's see if I can pull this up for you. There we go. Degree. You guys see this? Degree with the cum laude on it. What is this? The magna cum laude on it, just to end up $27,000 in debt. Yes, in visual communication. Praise God, I stayed in the field, so it wasn't a total waste. But I promise you, more income has been generated from me telling my story and helping other people than what the skills were I learned in that degree X amount of years ago. So again, let me tell you guys, your experience is enough. Do you see that up there? Where is that up there? But do you see that up there? Your experience is enough. You don't have to get that experience from a classroom. Lived experiences build empathy, clarity, and conviction. Okay. So tell the stories that show the before, the during, and the after, because people will value that. They can relate to that and they will follow you for that. And point number 3, ask, what results have I created in my life or business? When I ask what results I have created in my life or business, I'm able to share with you Gerald W. Parker, Phyllis Darden, Bill and Carolyn Hayes Foundation, Winston-Salem Sportsman's Club, Bride of Christ Robes, You Inspire the Movement, Stephanie J. Sanders, Elva J. Jenkins, Dr. Regina Turner. I'm able to share with you all of the results for what it is that I do. So if you take an opportunity and you go over to the Rambuskers website at martinabrityelverton.com, you're available to see what it is that we've done over the course of all this time, to be able to see and understand these are the results. These are the people that we work with. I'm seeing if I can get that link up for you, so that you can go over and see that. And we actually have, as you see, a mess of a situation going on today, because the actual PC for the business is, I'm not even going to say the brand name. It's in the shop, because as you guys even saw one of the posts I put up, I don't have true faith and experience in what they actually are doing at that place, but the actual customer service is 2 particular individuals available to work on our project. That would be Matthew at Best Buy in Wilson and Jason at Geek Squad in Wilson. Were amazing. Now, the process that they are having to work by is absolute garbage, but their customer service was amazing. But here we are working from the laptop with the mic over here, the camera over there, a light over here, to try to make sure that I do not give you this value. But getting back on place, that is a part of the clarity and the truth and transparency of my during process of getting this value out to you today, is that we have all kinds of hoodwink, bamboozling of situations going on here, trying to make sure that you get this value on today. That is a part of the story that I'm telling you. That is the struggle of developing your content and having your content available to share and be purposeful and useful for those who need it, in all the behind the scenes that go on with trying to get this thing done. But let's move on to point number 3, part 2. What do people come to me for advice on? People come to me, and think about you and your situation. People come to me for domain and subdomain advice, graphics, web design, funnels, the actual mindset and the strategy. I'm actually setting up something in the coming weeks with Gerald W. Parker because he's wanting to recreate the strategy with his own personal brand to make sure that it is more focused, from my assumption, on the faith part of his faith and finance back history. Okay, that's a beautiful thing to see and know. Those are some of the things that people come to me for. We're redrafting the strategy that Phyllis Darden is utilizing for her insurance purposes. Again, what do people come to you for advice on? What, and number 3, what lessons keep showing up in my journey? Let me tell you the number one lesson that keeps showing up on my journey, and that is self restraint, right? Because I want to pop off. I am not in everyone. I can't expect me out of everyone. That is the number one lesson that keeps showing up along my journey. I can't continue to expect me out of other people, and I need to stop being a bleeding heart, charge my worth, right? Deliver my worth and move on. I can't keep being a bleeding heart because I can't want more for you on this journey than you want for yourself. That's a lesson that keeps showing up for me. What lesson keeps showing up for you along this journey? And until you learn it, implement it, and like move forward by it, it will keep showing up because you didn't get it yet. Okay. Point number 4, when you package with confidence. When you see what we're going to deliver on this free webinar for you to stop following blind leaders, right? Because it's putting potholes along your path to prosperity. When you get and you opt in and you watch this webinar, you will see, oh my goodness, she really is not a gatekeeper. She is telling us everything that all of these other blind leaders are not telling us about the real deal and the journey of branding, business, how to move forward, social media, content creation, the system behind the strategy, not just the strategy, because a lot of the leaders will give you what they understand is the strategy, but they won't explain the system behind the strategy, right? People want either to have more time freedom, which means you're going to have some money, or they want to have money freedom so that they can actually have as much time to do whatever they want to do, but they don't want to invest the time. They want to just pay somebody. Great, but maybe you don't have the money to pay someone. That means that you must invest the time. There isn't a trade-off. There isn't a workaround for that. So you either have to hunker down and say, hey, here's the money, do it for me, or you have to say, here's my time, please help me do XYZ, and you have to be willing to do it if you're not available to pay for it. Okay. When you package and you actually begin to post from your story, not just your skills, but post from your story, not just what it is that you sell, post from your story, then you'll be able to garner the attention and the attraction of those who actually need what it is that you have to offer, right? Also, when you share testimonials, even if they're from friends or peers or people that you've helped for free, the bottom line is you helped them. They even gatekeep. I'm trying to be polite when I say this, but you know how they'll say double your prices? Just go and double your prices. People are going to look at the price point that you have and they're going to buy it for the price that it is. A lot of us go through imposter syndrome with doubling our prices because we're like, yes, we know we're worth the double price. However, we want to make sure that the content, the concrete information that we're giving you garners the price point that you said we need to double to. How do you do that? They're gatekeeping the how for that. We're even going to break down that. Anyway, but also when you add your transformation to your bio or your intro, whenever you go live, that is another part of packaging, right? To garner and attract the people that need what it is that you serve. If they never see the result, if they never see the end result, the package price, they can't opt in. They can't get involved. Okay. So let's cover some objections really quickly before we close out. And that's, I don't have a certification. You don't need one. Okay. Your audience buys results. They buy relatability. They buy what is in it for them, not whether or not you got a certification for it. That certification means nothing to them getting their result, right? You may be also saying, I'm still figuring things out. That's fine. Show the process of how it is that you are figuring things out, because you only need to be one chapter ahead of the person that you're helping. The reason you only need to be one chapter ahead is because you have it fresh and new and you just got the results. So you're excited about it. You're transparent about what it did. And it's a most recent real situation that is current to the situation they're actually stuck in. Okay, so it's good that you're still figuring some things out. Help the people who are stuck there because you just figured it out, right? And then you also may be thinking imposter syndrome. I hate to say it. Why would someone choose me? Because you lived it. I just said because you just got over the hump. That makes you trustworthy, not just knowledgeable about what it is that you know. So, as we close out, I ask you the engagement question for today, and that is what part of your life or business journey that you could help someone? What is a part of your life or business journey right now that you could help someone else through? If you'll drop that comment below, of course, we would greatly appreciate being able to see what it is that you have as an actual service and how you may be able to assist someone as well. That's important. People really, really, really want to know what it is that you've gone through, what it is that you're going through, how you got through it, XYZ, so that they can what? They can actually know that you did the thing. They can actually trust and believe in the fact that you will be able to help them do the thing as well. So if you have an opportunity, definitely take the opportunity to drop whatever it is that you feel you are gifted and talented and purpose to serve someone else with. Drop that information into the comments below, because you know what? You might just be sitting on a brand and you may not even know it. Why? Because your story is your brand. Your story has value. Your life is your brand. You are the brand. You've already earned the right to show up. So now it's time to put that show up in motion so that it can work for you and toward your ultimate goal, as well as the ultimate goal of the people who are attracted to you, because they're needing and wanting that. And you want to be able to give and deliver that to them. Okay. So if you would please join us in after office hours today. We will be in after office today. And if you'll go and register at community.martinabrityelverton.com or learnleadandlevelup.com, then it will allow you to check out the calendar, the events tab above, select today's date so that you can join us in After Office Live, so you can ask your burning business or brand question, and we will be able to answer that for you. Also, be sure to register when the link drops so that you can be on the free webinar next weekend, where we begin to discuss how we're going to release the gatekeeping information and help you guys stop following blind leaders, because it's putting potholes in your path to prosperity. And I'm actually going to pull back the curtain and show you everything. So we're going to talk about it on the webinar. Yes, there will be a request at the end of the webinar to join the challenge. It is a 3-day challenge, right, for you to learn more, for you to actually see the behind the scenes. Obviously, I can't drop, what did I say? Drop the gate and open the gate and open the pearly gates and show you everything in a limited webinar. So yes, there is follow-up for you to see more. Hopefully you've gotten that and you understand that. But again, we'd be excited to have you join us on the live on next weekend. Thank you for your time on today. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm excited that you are along with us on this journey. Hey y'all, hey, Brandmaster Martina Britt Yelverton here, giving you the latest update about our daily Get Your Assets in Order and Brand You series. Join me live each and every Tuesday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for actionable steps on brand building for beginners, current client revisions, and watch as we level up brands in 2025. We are covering everything from tools, tips, strategies, and systems like Canva, StreamYard, High Level, AI automations, and more. These will take you from confused to confident. So after each live stream, you can hop on Zoom with us to ask your questions and get personalized answers. If I were you, I wouldn't miss out. Mark your calendars and subscribe now to our YouTube channels. Join our free communities, and I'll say it louder for the people in the back. If you want to learn, lead, and level up as a struggling entrepreneur, we have the solution, the systems, and the experts. Our entire team is live each and every weekday at 12 p.m., 1 p.m., and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can lunch and learn. If you snooze, you will lose. I said what I said. You heard what you heard. Now do what you know you need to do to get your assets in order.